My name is Mary Kate Register, and I will be giving a speech on why starting school later would benefit kids of all ages. And by all ages, I mean kids pre-K through high school. Not only do students, parents, and educators have the idea with the notion that school should start at a later hour, but so do scientists who have conducted data that proves the benefits of starting school later. Some evidence I have to support my reasoning would be example number 1. A study recently done by Kala firm showed that when a school is started at 8:35 a.m. or later, it increased students' grade up half a letter. Half a letter can mean a lot to some students. For example, a student would have changed it from a B- to a B+. That is what half a letter means. That may not seem like a huge difference, but to some people it can mean the whole world. And by the whole world, I mean they might could pay for their college with using hope. For example, when I say hope, if a high schooler went from a C+ to a B-, that can make the difference of them having hope and not having hope. Having hope can give you the ability to go to college and get your school paid for and you being able to get a job. College can be very expensive, so starting school later, you might not think it could affect college, but it already affects college and their lives ahead. And we want kids to get hope, so why not start school later and help them be able to achieve their goal of getting hope and being able to go to college. And another study has shown starting school later decreases teen car accidents on the way to school and leaving school. This is a major reason to change the time school starts. It should be our main goal to keep kids alive and safe during school. So if starting it later could do that, that's something they should look into. Also, kids need more sleep simply because the more sleep you get, the more time your brain has to rest and be ready for the next day. And for the next day, they might have a test. And so getting enough sleep can also increase their test scores. And lastly, attendance is also increased when school is started later. It gives the kids a chance to get up and go and get ready. So back to my first main topic, or my first main point. Crashes are always occurring with young drivers. Students are at risk when they have to be at school at 7:15 a.m. This is very early in the morning, and not even many adults are at their job yet. Not many. So why ask kids to be that early, we say? Not only is there a chance they could be sleepy at the wheel, but it is also too dark outside for some students to be driving to school. Not all kids wear glasses that need glasses, believe it or not. Glasses can be very expensive, and some kids' parents don't feel the need to spend money on it. Some parents don't have the heart to help their kid, and therefore they would rather spend money on something else than kids' glasses. The students that drive in high school are not well experienced either. Most high schoolers have 0 to 2 years of experience of driving. The students do not need to be driving that early in the morning simply because they can put others at risk because they haven't been driving that long. Kids sometimes do not mean to be reckless drivers, but instead they just don't have enough experience to handle certain situations. On average, there are 10 wrecks a year at my school, and we are not a big school. We have about 900 students and only 100-something drive. And 10 out of 100 wreck on a school property are headed to or leaving school. These wrecks happen because students say they cannot see because the fog was bad, and it caused them to have 0 visibility. If our school started at 8:30 instead of 7:45, these types of wrecks could have been prevented and students' lives could have been saved or helped a student save another life. Students are known to always stay up late for tests. Students in my class are always talking about how they'll stay up till 3 a.m. in the morning and study, but I don't think that benefits them, and science even proves it doesn't. What most students don't know is that staying up for a test actually does you harm. Your body needs full rest to function correctly, and staying up late does not benefit that. If students do not have to go to school until 9, they could stay up a little later and study while getting the amount of sleep they need to do good on a test. Studies show that kids waking up early for tests decreases their grade on a test also. Students struggle waking up at 6 a.m. to get ready for a long day of school and extra activities. I would wake up at 5:30 in the morning for cheerleading practice and then go to a full day of school until 3:25. But my day did not end there. After school, I would then go to my job from 3:40 to 6 o'clock at night. And some nights, and most of the nights, I didn't get home till 6:30 because of traffic. And sadly, I would then have to go home, eat, and take a shower, and I ended up never starting my homework until 9:30 or later. And my homework wasn't 30 minutes of studying or this or that. It was usually consisted of 3 hours of homework. And so usually most nights, I never got in bed until 12, past midnight. And if I had to be up at 5:30 the next morning, it was very difficult. And basically most of the days, I ended up skipping my first block simply because I was so tired. And I believe if we started school later, I might not have skipped school as much. Studies even show later increases school attendance at all ages. The later the time, the more students that will show up. So why not make school later and increase attendance? If school starts later and it betters the students, why not do it? Keeping kids safe should be a school's top priority. Allowing school to start when visibility is clear will keep many students out of car accidents, and that should definitely be one of their main goals, is keeping the students safe. Allowing kids that extra time to sleep will increase their grade and give them better self-confidence at school and in the classroom. If the school was happier place, then why wouldn't kids come? Having a full classroom with students there every day also allows the students to have higher hope in life. Please keep this in consideration, and remember, starting school later does benefit all the students.